Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So first of all, just for the camera, your name and designation, please, sir.
I am Manish Sharma. I am an industry principal, healthcare and life sciences with Google Asia Pacific.
Okay, sir. Sir, how are you liking this summit?
I think this is a wonderful summit, and I was part of the summit last year as well.
Yes.
Huge kudos to Harbinder and the entire team for organizing such an important discussion, which is around building trust and transparency in healthcare. So kudos to you and your team.
Thank you, sir. So my first question to you is, where do you see the healthcare ecosystem of a very highly populated nation such as ours going maybe from now only to maybe 4-5 years down the line when it comes to artificial intelligence taking things forward?
Very important and pertinent question, I must say, as we are talking today. So if you look at what has happened over just 2-3 years, artificial intelligence has no longer been an esoteric technology. It is more about giving the power of technology in users' hands. And I always say that when you look at healthcare, the trust is something which is of paramount importance. What it means is, how can we enable users trust the technology first, right?
Yes.
So when you look at artificial intelligence of today, there is a lot of momentum that has been built in building solutions that can help people use it better for their healthcare needs. For example, if somebody wants to understand a little more about the kind of symptoms they are going through, and if they are anxious about it, what is the next best action which can be taken without taking the role of a doctor, because nobody can take the role of the doctor. Can AI advise the user to do what is the next best action? Maybe see a general physician, maybe see a specialist and everything, right?
Right.
So that has changed. Now, what AI is doing, or AI is going to do in the next 5 years, to your specific area of question, is that it is going to reduce the challenges of the capacity that we have for a 1.5 billion size population that we have.
Okay, sir. So my second and last question. So you told us about AI, but can you tell us a little bit more about some of the challenges which AI might not be able to solve, which exist in the Indian healthcare ecosystem or in this domain? What do you feel about that, sir?
Again, a wonderful question. Not everything can be solved by technology or AI, right? Because at the end, healthcare is a area which will always need a lot of human touch.
Yes.
Right. Whether it's a doctor who is delivering care, or any healthcare professional delivering care to the patient, or a patient who is trying to interact with the healthcare ecosystem. By the way, I hate calling someone a patient. Let's call them wellness users. Because that's how the shift is happening. Where when you are moving from a more care which is in the hospital to more preventative care, that will be keeping people well. That will be what healthcare will be all about. Now, you can't build enough infrastructure. And since it is very situational, we are going to see budget by Madam Finance Minister very soon. Even when we look at our economy, 2 to 4% of the GDP for health is not enough, right? For a 1.5 billion size of population, we do that. But if you look at some of the advanced economies like US, there's 17 to 19% which is being spent. Of course, we can't do that, because for a population of our size, the entire budget also has to be distributed in that fashion. So how do we solve that? When you can't create enough infrastructure, it has to be solved with a mix of the technology, which is what artificial intelligence is going to bring, and the infrastructure which can be built through a lot of incentives for entrepreneurs to enter into the healthcare and the pharma market, where a lot of innovation can be brought in. So it will take two-pronged effort. One is what kind of incentives that we give for the entrepreneurs to get into the healthcare. Second is, how do we use technology to reduce dependency on that entire overburdened healthcare ecosystem and help users still get some sort of care.
Thank you so much, sir. This was very insightful.
My pleasure.
Thank you for your time and pleasure talking to you.
Likewise. Thank you
Thank
and wish
you.
you all the best.
Thank you, sir.